Good morning. Like Elvis, do I have to be afraid of the toilet now?
Don't go in the bathroom, no matter how bad you have to go. Karl, I couldn't wait to talk to you because many of us from GOP families, right? You were GOP. I obviously came from it just is so interesting. I mean, I don't even know what to call it. Michael Beschloss, the historian yesterday, drew a straight line to my dad's running mate, Barry Goldwater, when he said, when's the last time the Republican Party blew itself up like this? He said Goldwater, right? Like they thought he was going to moderate, and then
of his life trying to.
Yeah, they thought he was going to moderate. I know it's ironic that he became so moderate and pro-gay and choice and all of that. But they were saying that they thought he was going to moderate. It wasn't until the convention floor in '64 when he said the extremism, in the defense of liberty is no vice, that all the journalists rocked back and went, "Oh my God, Goldwater's going to run as Goldwater," and they. My dad's job was to open every speech with what Barry meant to say is, and then they won 6 states. So, I mean, I have to say the best thing we could get out of this whole era is that this third party happens and that they never win again, despite all their cheating and all their voter suppression efforts. If these rhinos form a third party, that Donald Trump will have succeeded in blowing up the entire party, right?
And here the Republicans were worried that Donald Trump would start a third party if they didn't go along with him. I feel like their slogan today is extremism to own the libs is our jam. I mean, that is right-wing comedy, right? Stand-up comedy for the right is owning the libs. They've individually sold their souls for a guy who doesn't care about them. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Watching these hearings.
If the reports are accurate, Karl, that may be going to jail in 3 different jurisdictions: New York, Georgia, and federally for these for the bar this whole cover up and the 10 obstruction of justice counts. I mean that they're lashing.
That's the reality show I'm waiting for is the fight over who gets to house him. Yes. I can only imagine what that would look like. After you.
It'll be like Gitmo prisoners. Everyone will be like, we don't want them. Put them in Gitmo.
It'll be interesting, the skin matching the jumpsuit.
Yes. Yeah.
But look, this is going to continue, right? Every now and then a Republican gets their conscience, even if it's only over this issue.
Yeah.
It tells other Republicans that the water is getting safer to come out and play.
Right.
And so, I hope that this continues, and I hope that the egos of these members who would much rather personally excel and move up the ladder than do what's right for their country, I hope they'll take a look at Cheney and see somebody who had everything they could have possibly wanted, right? They were going to be the next speaker, or senator, and looked at the face of Trump and decided to flush it down the toilet for their country, whatever you think of her.
In his
and the issue she stands for.
In his pre-prison phase, can I just give me cut 11, Representative Lynch? I mean, that they're so scared of this soon-to-be inmate number, whatever. But even, what's his name, Chris Miller, to change, first of all, he's already on record on Vice News as saying Donald Trump caused this, the riot, his speech, and his, he provoked this, it wouldn't have happened without. So then he not only changes that, but the thing he wrote last night, he took that out right after the Cheney vote, right? I mean, and so here's Ian Lynch yesterday.
For your written testimony for today, this morning, you stated the following about the president's quote: "I personally believe his comments encouraged the protesters that day." That was this morning. So this is a very recent reversal of your testimony.
Absolutely not. That's ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
You're ridiculous.
You're out of order.
I love that. But you're out of order. You're out of order. Gonna show you guys running here. Here's the thing. How about just shocking stuff in there that yes, he did order the National Guard to protect the rioters. I mean,
right.
I cannot believe there is not going to be justice and culpability for Donald Trump at the end of the day.
This is the tip of the iceberg. Look, this is what we're finding out right now. You can only imagine what is coming in the books that have yet to be published.
Yeah. Karl, let's listen to Rosen real quick, just so people know what I'm talking about. This was the acting AG, Rosen, on January 6th. Yeah.
Did you tell the president about the mayor's request, or did President Trump ask if there were requests?
He asked if there were requests.
What was the president's response to you with regard to the request made by Mayor Bowser?
Fill it and do whatever was necessary to protect the demonstrators and that were executing their constitutionally protected rights.
Wow. So it was worse than stand down. It was their private security detail. I mean, Karl, your thoughts. Wrap your head around that.
I mean, where to begin? I mean, this is a guy who has never really cared about the American people or our democracy. We knew that this is where it would go. We saw this coming in 2015, 2016, when he was running for president the first time. And there was worry over whether he would accept the election results. Hillary Clinton and everybody else told us then exactly what he would do. And this is what he's done. And, now he's got an entire party wrapped around his finger. It really makes you wonder whether this can be unwound at all, or whether it is going to take a center-right party to challenge their ability to win any elections, to shake some reality into them. Because if they are only served by self-interest, the only thing that will change them is not being able to secure power.
Yep. Let's listen to Liz Cheney real quick and then get your react on the other side. Here she is.
I will do everything I can to ensure that the former president never again gets anywhere near the Oval Office. We have seen the danger that he continues to provoke with his language. We have seen his lack of commitment and dedication to the Constitution. And I think it's very important that we make sure whomever we elect is somebody who will be faithful to the Constitution.
Wow. When a Cheney declares war, we know that there will be a lot of unnecessary carnage, Karl. I mean, what do you think? Seriously, as someone that is former GOP, what do you see? What do you think is happening here? Do you think there is going to be this third party? Do you think, she's just basically saying, she said, oh, I don't feel betrayed. She's thinking and betting that the party's going to come back to sanity. Is it?
Well, I mean, this is the first time a Cheney hasn't had to lie to get us to go to war.
Ironic that a Cheney,
party.
Right, he's going to lose their career for telling the truth. That is
right.
Lennis Morissette needs to do a whole new song for that. But yes.
But I think it's open for judgment on whether or not the Republican Party can be brought back to reality. Look, we all had our differences of opinion on policies, big and small, and on their treatment of marginalized communities. There is no love lost with certainly me and the Republican Party, but you could at times have an honest debate, and or at least a debate based in some semblance of reality. That's not possible anymore, and I really don't think that it will change unless they are forced into the political wilderness. And they are not in the political wilderness right now. If 0.3% of the electorate had voted differently in the last election, they would have won the House of Representatives. Yeah. They would have kept the U.S. Senate, and they would have reelected Donald Trump without a majority of the vote.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of work yet to be done. I am extremely happy that we have President Biden and Vice President Harris in control, and we have both the Senate and the House. But it can be gone in the blink of an eye if we don't remain vigilant and committed to electing Democrats in 2021, in 2022, in 2023, all the way until 2024.
Karl, that's why I'm wearing my vote blue, because I just was saying that yesterday, and you're a perfect example. We have to run, and we have to win on every level, school board, local. Look at it's the legislature in Arizona that's behind this craziness, this, fraud that they're doing, right? I mean, it's we have to vote in every election on every level. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, and we have to fight for not just HR1, which of course, Joe Manchin has already declared dead. But we have to fight on every front, right? In terms of the filibuster, in terms of voting rights, in terms of, I think, expanding the court. I mean, Elie Mystal made the point, doesn't even matter what voting rights we pass. This Supreme Court will not uphold it until we expand the Supreme Court. And John Roberts is the one that gutted it. So we have a lot of work to do, don't we?
We do. I mean, this is a Supreme Court that is content to slowly unwind all of the advances of the civil rights era. And without a different majority on this court, that won't change. Yeah. And a number of issues, we've had a corporate court for generations now. It will only get worse unless a different majority is placed on that bench.
I mean, even, a lot of people, more than one person has speculated, do these, right-wingers, Republican, wherever, I think they want Biden to fail, even if it's on COVID, on something that, as if we all don't desperately want our lives back, regardless of partisanship.
The polling shows that, right? Yeah. Deaths and sicknesses have slowed down significantly under this administration. And when you look at the polling, partisan Republicans are unhappy with the way that he's handling coronavirus, but they were happy before when things were really bad. So that tells you where they are. Right. I don't think anybody wanted Trump to fail when it came to coronavirus. Yeah. We were just watching him fail in real time in slow motion.
I mean, it does morally bother me that there are people dying all over the world that would love to have vaccine, and we have to give people beer and cash and donuts and lotteries. But at this point, whatever means necessary. So I welcome Republicans like Governor DeWine to the, good for you. Good on you. You're thinking outside the box.
This is all on Trump. This is a guy who lied about the virus, who sought political cover from the justifiable concerns with his approach to handling the virus by muddying the water with his own supporters. So now they don't believe the vaccine is needed. Yeah. They think that it's all a hoax, even though he deserves credit for it. It doesn't make any sense, right. But it's kept them from getting vaccinated, and he's put all of their lives in danger.
Well, listen, you know what? You go to war against a virus with the army you have, not the one that you wish you had. You go to war with the people with gasoline and plastic bags in their car. It's just whatever, that need a lottery to get vaccinated. I don't care. Just get in the car.
Whatever gets you there.
As Frangela always says, just get in the Corolla. Let's go. Okay. Karl, I understand. Well, if you can't get enough of Karl Frisch, and who can, really? Next week is
I certainly can't.
Coffee with Karl with our good friend Marcos Smilitsos from Daily Kos, right?
That's right. May 22nd, you can go to coffeewithkarl.com or karlfrisch.com/May22. We're having coffee with Marcos, the founder of Daily Kos, who I've known for an absurdly long, 20 years. Yep. So we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Fantastic and things of this nature, as we say out here in California.
Yes, very much.
All right. Love you, Karl.
Yes.
If you have not heard of the Sexy Liberal Podcasting Network, your podcasting superstation, you suck. I mean, yes. We have the smartest, funniest liberals in the country. Stephanie Miller's Happy Hour. We have John Fugelsang. We have Hal Sparks, Frangela, Final Word and Idiot of the Week. We have Bob Seska. Oh my God. We have Jody Hamilton from The Bunker. We have Start Me Up with Kimberly Johnson. We have Unprecedented. We have the smartest, funniest podcast, period. Get it now. SexyLiberal.com.